Lonesome up. I'm here. Yeah, man, we keep it real. We keep it true. We keep honest way I deal with it, We keep it real. Every time we just keep it real, Yeah, man. So, I have some things to wrap up today. And me, the man, me that try keep it real. Now, people in the diaspora and all over the world, in Jamaica, right across the world, you have enough begs about how the finance minister run out and then put Seaga on money with Manley. In a time when you should have moved tax off of gas and all kind of little things. And then, you want to put Seaga on money. I don't know for what. You don't want to put Seaga on money because PSP, I don't know for what, immortal, like it's immortal, Yeah. Saying? Yeah. So, put Seaga on turn and I got to figure away. Been approved. Cause me say things about Monday, so I have to say things about Seaga right now. So me chat straight. I not go run a corner. Seaga too much thing and betray the country, and that's just the truth. See, this time nothing to do, no party, nothing at all, and all kind of things. See, you understand? Cause you have people, over the years them go with a bag of things, but Seaga. Anja the worst thing after Anja the worst thing then Seaga. But Seaga yeah man. Seaga no nice. Seaga, you see you can't watch a constituency, and say a man it up but be like for certain things. Then me that promote over done when I things. You say that man is nice, but you still a man full of blood. With a PMP, with a GLP, a man full of blood, kill some people, yeah, pass and show in a pit and do all kind of things and beat with more and beat. But you sent to look at people go to school. Oh, I'm nice, how real man this? But you destroy other people's life. I know that with them, man. Yeah, that's paid. And them say a little thing about the Green Bay killing to say as some brigadier star with 3 in a Cuba. Now, before we even read that wouldn't make no sense because if brigadier star the 3 in a Cuba and Manley na go and got man that farm the government, Manley party in a power. Why you have some man train a Cuba and then you soldier kill them out? It must be from the opposite party. Nothing can go so. Me never nothing ask. But anyway, I'm gonna play this and I'm not gonna show no why them shouldn't put this man up on no money. With man, make him stand alone if you want him for money because I'm not be spending those money. You can't give me that bank when I forgot keep that them two out order. And then me just realize, can we talk about it, But when me realize now, I watching I know Marga now, so I watched a little thing yesterday. And me hear the opposition leader said, no, they only don't even consult us. Man, we don't have no, let me tell you this. We don't even have the popular vote or something. 21%, that's 79% of people no favor on you can't just get up and just do what you want to do. That more like more deal with it like a communist now. Shoot down thing down people need to stop. Need to stop it, man. Take a hold on yourself now, man. Stop it, man. Me no want to see no more politician name I go up now that bother me head to, man. More when you drive and you're free to drive and see this a name and this a name like people. And the thing when me see the finance sister come up with. Yeah, man, you're upliftment, you're up. You think when me see the man them come up with. I talk about you put the man them for money because rival. Which me don't know which money. I want to go and touch money. What if you do just come deal with the gas and deal with the thing them right? You understand? Me could read this. Because I want to go through the legacy where Seaga leave. The legacy. Yeah? And one thing I tell you, this is where you sit down and you watch every country and you watch dictators and watch some traitors. Any man in our country, where if you want some power, you can do anything for this. Try the people in the country. Just to grab power, you can't be good. I mean, my stance can't change. Nobody, not even one speck of blood. Same like the other day, when the Tivoli encourage and go on, me I say a speck of blood shouldn't join our country. And if me did come from Tivoli, I live at Tivoli. And this happened to me, you can never get my vote. No. It'll be very influential in the place. None of you couldn't get my vote for no. Not even one. Kill my youth, them and them thing, then them me I wanna pan down and they can give me little chicken and $2 and then wanna pan down and just buy me out back. It can't buy back my loved one. But you have your own picnic and everybody will know and them thing there. You think we are idiot? Eh? We know that we don't know. Remember play this. Just play this, you know, and just watch this. Just watch this carefully. Remember play this. Right? Remember play this. Watch this. See? Play this.
History. Listen to this. Take it away, Q.
Pre-independence beginnings. By 1943, the JLP and PNP had established themselves as Jamaica's main rival political parties coming out of recent Caribbean labor unrest. After the election of 1944, violence became a common aspect of their rivalry. Alexander Bustamante began to encourage the attack of PNP sympathizers, claiming they were communists.
Hold on. So, let me just rewind that again. So, you see, people you know, study the history. Who attack who first? Who start these kind of foolishness, set people against them one another? You understand? And no joke, nothing, you know. You must have someone start the thing first, and I like the tone just get up. And like you there, and you might have ease, and I like you can't worry, you know. But a man will come trouble you and push over the edge that you have to defend yourself. Who start this thing first? Make we
aspect of their rivalry. Alexander Bustamante began to encourage the attack of PNP sympathizers, claiming they were communists. Alexander Bustamante also started to specifically cater to his political constituents, such as offering migrant work, visas, specifically along political lines that favored him.
Okay.
Formation of garrisons.
Yes.
Jamaica gained independence.
So that did start from before even the independence. So your line up, you do anybody on your side, you know, who vote for you. After the election done, I think you're supposed to turn the farmer government now for everyone who not vote for you, who vote for the party and who vote for you. Because everybody have to deal with them taxes and deal with them thing. You have to put to the party business after you govern. But you can't govern and say, right, I'm not vote for me, you know, say, yo, I'm going to stamp him, you know. I'm going to champ him, I'm going to hold him back because he never vote for me. Eh? It's wrong. So you see, them set the place for morning. And you still them for going over head and tell me about slave. You can't tell me about slave when them people are like the bigger dirty thinking slave master, man. You think me idiot? Eh? Go and play that.
In 1962, and by 1963, political parties were paying off members of rude boy subculture to engage in turf warfare with political rivals. Once the JLP would come to power, they would demolish a PNP sympathizing slum and construct Tivoli Gardens in its place.
Hold on, we buying that again? What them do? Yeah, the tobacco wall. Okay, let me hear this.
Once the JLP would come to power, they would demolish a PNP sympathizing slum and construct Tivoli Gardens in its place, starting in 1965. The project would be monitored by Edward Seaga, and Tivoli Gardens would be a JLP garrison, and the PNP would react by forming its own garrisons, solidifying the tradition of violent garrison communities in Jamaica. By this 1966 election, gunfights became common, bombings occurred, and police would be routinely shot at. This resulted in more than 500 people injured, 20 people dead, and 500 arrested during police raids. Escalation of political violence. Sporadic political violence would evolve into outright urban warfare after a series of violent outbursts. The Henry Rebellion, the Coral Gardens incident, and the anti-Chinese riots of 1965, the state of emergency in 1966 to 67, and finally the Rodney riots. These events were the beginning of an ethnic national...
The Walter Rodney thing with them black him from come on Jamaica to him talk out. Okay. So them have for them stand with them take from morning. Coral Garden thing with them deal with from morning, you know. You trample people rights too much. And then people, you know, you have to know your history. If you don't know your history, you know, one just want to know about them, tell me about this and that. Now, talk about them history. You have to talk about the whole history. If you don't know then where you go, or you correct the thing if you don't know your history.
Element to Jamaican politics and further normalization of political violence in general in the Jamaican society. Political violence had become commonplace in Jamaica. political parties began paying off crime bosses for local gang support. Assassination threats and attempts also starting becoming more frequent. By 1974, the PNP openly avowed their support for the principles of democratic socialism. PNP candidate Michael Manley began public praise for Fidel Castro. The JLP emerged as right-wing counter to this new emerging leftism. The Central Intelligence Agency began supplying weapons to JLP vigilantes.
Listen this again. That are the CIA. Yeah, it did it. And you see, not care what them doing, them that's a boom bam bam. Then you know some things that are released, some up this and then it are in there, it are in everything. So it did it. So you know what go on. Somebody have to tell because them are released. Them release thing from Vietnam, them release thing from war after much years and things. You can know. So why you try, you know, push a man, you know, immortalize certain people and push up some man and I do all kind of little things. You know, foolishness with them. You understand?
PNP openly avowed their support for the principles of democratic socialism. PNP candidate Michael Manley began public praise for Fidel Castro. The JLP emerged as right-wing counter to this new emerging leftism. The Central Intelligence Agency began supplying weapons to JLP vigilantes.
Supply a weapon to JLP vigilantes. Well, we search one, like you can. We search one, we know it go. Saying, but our dead, Jamaican dead. Yeah, man. Go on, listen.
By the 1976 election, over 100 had been murdered during the conflict, and political parties began forming paramilitary divisions. In 1978, 5 JLP supporters were massacred by official Jamaican soldiers. Reggae music became a voice.
In 90 year, this is the Green Bay killing here. Yeah. So it couldn't be Brigadier Stars. And then we have some people when them talk to me. I mean, I tell them, you know, because I'm going to show them a fact now. So if Brigadier Stars, they see them training at Cuba. So the soldier them kill them. So why a man did I send somebody for training at Cuba as Brigadier Stars and then send and kill them? Them are who? Them that be PNP, BNP supporters then or something. Then that makes sense? No. Yeah, who did I get who from USPA, from CIA and everything? Of course. It couldn't work. That couldn't be. Don't make no sense.
In the Jamaican society. Political violence had become commonplace in Jamaica. Political parties began on bosses for local gang support. Assassination threats and attempts also starting becoming more frequent. By 1974, the PNP openly avowed their support for the principles of democratic socialism. PNP candidate Michael Manley began public praise for Fidel Castro. The JLP emerged as right-wing counter to this new emerging leftism. The Central Intelligence Agency began supplying weapons to JLP vigilantes. By the 1976 election, over 100 had been murdered during the conflict, and political parties began forming paramilitary divisions. In 1978, 5 JLP supporters were massacred by official Jamaican soldiers. Reggae music became a voice for peace in the country, and the landmark One Love Peace concert was held in hopes of peace. By 1980, 844 people were murdered in political violence preceding the vote. By the 1980s, the JLP gained control of the country and embraced neoliberal policies. Gangs began to be unsatisfied with the lessening handouts given by their political leaders due to DEA campaigns, turned away from marijuana smuggling and to the cocaine trade. Newly enriched gangs began to be more involved in governing garrison communities they controlled. The JLP-aligned gang Shower Posse was one of the newly enriched gangs. The CIA provided the Shower Posse with arms, training, and transport to the United States.
One again. And then when it get out of hand, then them try to put a lid on it. Yeah, man. Play it again.
The JLP-aligned gang Shower Posse was one of the newly enriched gangs. The CIA provided the Shower Posse with arms, training, and transport to the United States. After international pressure, the Jamaican government agreed to arrest, extradite famed gang leader Christopher Coke. Some in the Jamaican media speculated that the long time it took to arrest Coke came from Prime Minister Bruce Golding's political assistance he received from Coke. During the raids and attempts to arrest Coke, gunfights would break out throughout Kingston and his allies to prevent his capture. Despite many peace accords, it is still common for political parties to pay off criminals for support and encourage paramilitary garrisons. Garrison constituencies in Jamaica are housing developments erected by the government who house carefully selected residents that will wholly support a local politician. As of 2001, about 15 hardcore garrison communities exist in Jamaica. The residents of garrisons form vigilante groups that engage in ongoing political turf wars. Originally, these groups were solely politically motivated, but eventually they all came to be invested in the drug trade and became what is known as Jamaican posses.
So when ordinary youth, you say political at the time, political interference was on both sides. That's what you are telling me. Remember say me not so young, so I grew up in the same thing, saying. So if you are friend with a Caribbean neighbor, which a lot of people have them friend, you have friend with Antigua, and you have people come and show you respect because it's there. And them come maybe build a school there. So what kind of political interference when CIA come in and say, okay, because you already a government, you know. You don't fight for nothing, you know. You already a government. But them can come in and say, okay. Because remember them that do that in Central America and everything. Can we study about one of them things. Like we're going in Venezuela. So you leave it out and you see what I want. So you see the man where they, what may I say? When you have, if me say me I run for election and me at the opposition and you have a government, but me I say outside interference because them vexed with something and them want to come line me up and do sabotage, you know, try to mash up my country. Say them a put me in, me now go with them because me no want a speck of blood of my people, blood them drop. That me I tell you. Okay? So I would not do that. Me personally not gonna do that. Anybody do that, you should hang them in the street, man. You understand? You can't do that. Because by the end of the day, them big country that not allow you. Yes, they're not thing and all kind of things that them not allow you to go sell out. You try that with in them big country and you try to sell out your own countryman for some of the things that you see what happen to you. Them not allow that. See? So even if you have somebody come on, you see me I say? You say you have somebody come on, but what kind of hero? If you do it like this, sell we out and all Bad Marley get shot. Who shot Bad Marley? Somebody from Michael Manley side? No. The man sing about the rat race and Rasta now work with CIA. So it's simple, rat race. Some of them are the hooligan and all kind of thing that the rat race. And the man have to come and say ambush in the night to open fire and me who we them fighting for power. But them don't know the hour. You understand? Yeah, man. You have to come and talk it, man. See? You see me I say? So when them going with a propaganda and you try to mash up a country, but one more, all right. Why you shouldn't put the man on the money? So that a Manley. What them accuse man they have? How much money man they rob from out of the kitty? How much more man they borrow and forgot them not pay it back? Oh, see, I forgot them not pay back $31 million. Yeah? Yeah? How much time Manley police are raid in our community, my man they run and them come and tell us, hey, no really no, not near soccer, yes, I'll be these 10 people. And how much more of them politicians they stand up in the way. See, I got stand up in the way every police operation. And let's him get the okay. I'm the one done. Just to call the place run. So if you have a place that run like that, and then you have copies right all over the place, what do you think will happen? This is the last in effect when I say one because you have some people feel that them are done your father and them do all kind of things to you them get up. So they say all kind of things. You don't want the man them come put the team man them for money and bring back all kind of memories that people in. But they are the same way. Them two out order. You understand? Put him on them one money. Put him on them one money. Them you know. Oh please, you know. You have some money. Well, what is already, but you have to spend millions. If got this man money for what? Eh? For what? What the man do? Then them tell lie, saying in the 60s the man do this and that. No, listen. Anything happen in a Monday time and a Monday what? So if it's good and bad, you talk about Monday. Say I got time in the 80s. So if a bust the time at the 60s, that's what I said Donald Sangster take over short time and him dead, and you share. You can't get say I go and credit after the man them time as Prime Minister. That no work nowhere else. So Portia time, you talk about Portia in a 100 time you saw, credit him for where ma do. You lock up a bag of youth and pay a state of emergency and do all kind of things and then bullies him and communism him and them things. So you have to credit him for these things. See? You understand? So these are the things and the actual kind of things that I didn't know you vote for him. See? So you have to hold them accountable. In abuse time, you have to talk about the Tivoli encourage and anything else. See? So you can't got credit Seaga upon something. So, him to do this foolishness. Totally rubbish. That's a marriage. So, you understand? Totally rubbish. Seaga though, me have not start about the jurors them they then go because we used to take it. We used to pay 2 cents per bus and things. See? So jurors them gone. The hospital them, the one them in a Chulani, enough of the hospital them closed down. We look factory closed. One bag of thing just closed down and gone. Fly out of sight. See? So we can't talk about the 80s where everything was gone. No good that. After them said the posse and it run cross in the US and you have over 1,000 people dead. Can them shower you with the bullet. That word, when you say shower, is like a white man that say, yo, nigger. Because the bad thing, if a man show the bullet, you know why you as a minister say the same thing, shower. When you know say it was a gang using that slang, you know, if the blood and the Crips that use that slang, why did I use it? Why did I use it? And you see it fit for use. See? You know, something wrong. You see me I say? Yeah, man. Big up farm. Big up farm. So means a man with us come and talk just talk straight as is. Me not go in the corner. So we see I go point out to Seaga, don't tell me about the 60s. Because them I try to do that and I tell them say it not work. Because I know me thing good enough. See, I'm going to live through what we are live through set speed. We live through it. See, so every time about the 70s, I tell me say, oh, Seaga, 80 to 89. Yeah, in call the snap election in 83, man did no contest. So yeah, and him money to 89 because through the hurricane, Gilbert did run. So yeah, 89 him have to call it and then you'd have a real landslide there. So see, yeah, me not talk about them landslide where you lose 30,000 votes. And nobody not come out. So automatically, I bet the other side they don't no contest same way. Same way as have in a pandemic, you know, call election. But when them sit down and read it, if you do this, what them do. And the worst thing, you know. See, I got to do man. Because see, I got forgot, say I'm not pay about the $31 million. Remember, him forgot. You were little money than that, and you know, I forgot, but you forgot 30 million when you pay back. Who shoot Bob Marley? Okay? We know Monday, them there say Monday come sing over what race and them about the hooligan and everything in the rat race. And Rasta now work with CIA. So we gonna say that now. But remember, you know, and CIA come do the thing, you know. It's like you can do money and gun. Well, we study the thing them on the whole world. How it run. So me I tell you why me not respect CIA himself. But anyway, I'm a US team, so me expect him to work with the US anyway. So, you know, in the ban of US. So, say, shouldn't be a prime minister then if you ban a US. And that should all go about. Instead, you put him for money. But not do you think the ban of Jamaica can turn a prime minister in the US? A president, sorry, a president in the US? You're kidding me? You have to ban a US, man. See? You couldn't just ban a Jamaica and then turn a president in the US. You're going to migrate and then do your thing and turn a president. And I said, go. Okay? Yeah, man. We have to tell them the truth, man. You understand? Me have to tell them the truth. I know you took up money. Like you want to say, okay, immortal. Let me tell you this. I could just push up a man here and we bust him now little thing. What go on, sir? What go on? Can you hear me? Yeah. You understand? So you want to bust him now something where we are saying it's supposed to work, you know? Yeah? Man, it's supposed to work. Yeah, man. And the turbo, man. See how I got do? When me hear them talk about brigade stand, you know, sort of kill them because them got three. And some people talk like them know me. I say, but if we don't have sense, even if you never know, and somebody else say, okay, then if Cuba, what a man did not power, One soldier that called Bidester and kill him. That so man did hurt himself then. That no make no sense. You understand? Because it's Commonwealth. Them can't go, them can't, of course, them can do that in a Commonwealth. America not a Commonwealth country. So you can go Canada and you can leave from Canada. Somebody from Canada can turn a prime minister in a Commonwealth, from Commonwealth. See? So it's set up. See? But you know, as a you can run maybe for governor and them things, but you can't turn a president in them country. Can't be. You see me I say? Can't be. You see me I say? Yeah, man, it can't work that way, man, of course. See? You could have banned the Sunday in a Commonwealth, so yeah, it could be. It can happen. Understand? But it can't, flip so in America script or in other script like that, But me I say, why you gotta talk about 2,000 and put them, and then Nigel him now, I come and say rival. Them rival. We don't want we are drop our brain now in some things where Bex already. I cannot do that. I want to this guy here. If man did it on $1,000, you just want to come in at 2,000. You not come in with the 2,000 and put Seaga on it. But just don't give me, because I not spend it. Yeah? Put it on 100,000 if you want to do it. When you want to spend it. If you want to put it on $1 million, put it on it, because it will reach it too. On the 2 out of man. So it's like you have fling something in people's face. And like you don't want to rewrite the script, like you don't want to tell people, say, okay, it goes so, but forgot it, or something good did happen. You cannot country and sell out the country and something good did happen, man. People are eat that. So, and I'm like, all right, tell them, I ask them now, tell me now, come find out something now. When man they say, okay, give back the people them the land and so. Make them depend on the land. Tell them can come find out. I say, but Monday, him fat up in bank book. Monday wear simple clothes and drive simple car. They may drive big things out of a thing. That's why some people arrogant must stay in a thing. That's why I tell them is a manly heights. Me born, when me are born, I don't care. Me not care, me not a big friend. You understand? You have to talk the truth. So when can me talk about Monday, so I have to talk about Seaga. I don't respect Seaga. You understand? Me no in a Andrew neither. Andrew a dictator. You understand? So you have to talk the truth. See? You have to tell him the truth. So when me come, me talk the truth. See? Yeah, man. You have to talk the truth. See? I did a brother if I did man a yard. I don't mean like call people by them kind of, the name they sound like, But I better Ardisha did win. Me better listen to Ardisha. But not Andrew. Me no want to listen to Andrew. Andrew come and talks about him, him go to school at 60. Right? I'll be a discredit thing him try, Because him born 72. So if you go to school and then a grade 1 in 68. 78. 72 you born 78. But like 6 years old, I go to school. See? 78 or 79. Yeah, you go from 78. Can that be 6 already? So you want discredit. Oh, 60 pitney in our class. Never say that. To lie and then try to discredit everything where you do because you're born in a kind of time. And you do it already and then Clark, me as a Clark, I try to say, who put you in this? Put you in that one, look how much money thief up and all kind of little things. We have the money value. What happen? Still the value. Hard. Yo, Andrew. Yeah, man. This is a different Andrew. This is Andrew BSc. You see? Look. This is my BSc. See it? Andrew BSc. You see it? Yeah, man. I talk to him, Yeah, man, I talk to him. This is the good Andrew. Good Andrew, this. Yeah, man. Andrew, just don't move. I finish up this and then I call him. I can talk right after this. Don't move, Don't move, Don't move. Me soon call you back. All right, brother. Cool. Yeah, man. This Andrew, are the good Andrew, this. Andrew BSc, this. So, when you see me with the show with me and Yami Bowl and them thing that I come in a Barbados, I mean, him come play for me, Him play for Yami thing too, and, play, yeah. But him now produce the youth, Jamaicans, where you see them talk about too. Him produce, me not talk them the way them a try pass off. So, me and him I talk now. Me I try to show them say when me talk, my thing up there, So no matter feel so they can't go around me, And I play that tune there, him produce one of that tune there. Yes, the Jamaica, Rasta when him just said the other day and thing. And be a lie, you know, when them put out about him, right, this and be a crap. Be a crap. Just look on the album and then do the album. That may I try to show you know, you have some people them are criminal, you know. But you have to say like all on some still when we can just point out and say, okay, whenever you have cell phone here. In the 90s when we have 2 cell phone coming from Canada, them big like a fridge. All the one when we roll over so boom bam bam. See? Yeah man, big like a fridge, Motorola. Big man, big. Yeah, you talk about to draw down the whole other side, they big down. Yeah, I think it's a piece of blank plank you walk with. See? You understand? And then when you call even your house with it, you have to pay your house bill and you have to pay that phone bill. That's right. Charge it 2 way. See? And reality we attack. I mean, I'm not nothing. See? So me I talk to the producer. I'm going to show you again. I talk to me. I remember, you know, me don't dissect the thing and tell you already, you know. But I talk to Andrew will live out there and I show you thing. You see me, I said big phone, then the bigger than all brick. A big phone, them man, but bigger than all brick, you know. See? Yeah, man. You understand? Yeah, man. This are the good Andrew, this. Andrew BSC. But I'm going to some little thing that teach you know something. I feel nice. I'm ready to talk to him, you know. Yeah? Yeah, man. But as I say, when them can't point out good with Seaga. What? For lock down some place and lock down a bag of things and lock down some sell out the JS bus and fire that Barry G them, you know, you play a certain tune and you know, sell out all of the things them. What good when we can't point out, but say, I owe the money and forgot them wait. Oh yeah, man, say I go do this. So you try push him out. When you know say work with foreign power, definitely work with them. Cause even if you say a man there, say a man a build this and that, you know. And I like you could have said, okay, them set of people here get arms and them attack them people where them in a, let me tell you this. If you farm the government, what you gonna do? Have your people them going like a nutsi, what them call it tutsi, or what kind of hurt people and think no. So you know opposition you want such a power that you don't rather Jamaican dead how much 100 of them, nearly 1,000 of them dead for war. And then for let you off, cause you make the attack. Remember, you know, my brethren get shot, you know. So now ask me, you know. Same where Kentucky there, it was Louis store. You have pharmacy store and shop. And Selvin try save Moses. And the people them that the bus. Fire shot, I say I got them that pick up. And shoot the youth. You remember the one of the bus, them all police have run up and down and be a shoot back and be all kind of little things that go on. Them cause this kind of tribal war we live through it. You understand? Say if a man will come attack you, drop letter and say I want 20 woman and 20 man. People have to block your road with all debris, all car, all this, every road turn up from Rockfoot, every road that for block. And when you live through these things, why that want to walk and do that? And we can't just call street and think, remember we live through the thing, you know, we know it. You understand? But we blame the politician them. So these are the kind of things for us of power. Even time, you know, them when them do some boom boom and use some petroleum kind of thing when they're in a Jamaica and light that a fire and kill all people. They made them talk about bigger this to get trapped or bigger this type, if somebody go to Cuba, always it that them are come and them Michael kill him. That don't make no sense. You see me I say? Yeah man. You see me I say? So when Michael, but I don't go man that to come with programs and plans to Jamaica man and do things man. If you uplift and say yo, you them tell your boss that me come move this and move some other things and do all kind of things. You see me I say? It's rough man. It's when you live through it. Devil and I mean I tell you say the man them a pass, go pick up Seaga. And the man them in the bus a fire shut off for anything but move. That the man them have to go grease the road. And no business about police and lie down on building top. And the man them say, everything when you so the man them, because you see them force the man them to get back things. See? And then you walk and get trouble, you think the man them are going to lay down and die. The man them fret. Because you know are more the attackers. So CIA use them as the attackers to go around and with now attack your place. Remember this where I come from, you know? Eh? And this where I come from. So it's bad. You understand? Yeah, man. So me now, I don't like me I cut a coat the thing, we live through it, man. Some shot me I tell you say you have to dip on your belly flat, man. Some shot about say when I come back. A helicopter them use, them don't make sure I go drive past. Helicopter. See? Yeah man, helicopter man. You see me I say? Hey, big up my brother from down so you know. Yeah man, big up my brother man. My brother that hey. I mean I have that call him hey. Brother, big up yourself, you know. Barbados, big up man. Yeah man. Yeah, yes. Yeah, man. See? That me I tell you. You understand? This is a serious thing. So when you don't know, you go through the whole of that. I mean, you attack a man because you just want the position. Them just want to turn government and CIA. And them go to something where you can get some people up now and then them farm a passy and all kind of things and all them break loose. For what? For just go with some powers. Even if you live till you're 100, you still are dead. You understand? 100 and different from the politicians who live matches their life. Because them in a political life, them live for like 1,000 years, you know. Eh? You see me I say? You understand? So these are the things that we're not afraid to come talk. So you take a Seaga and put for money I try to do. Eh? Immortalize Seaga. For what? Why? Why you want to bring it back? Why you want people in this misery thing? Eh? Eh? That bad. Why you want people to feel scared? You want to sell because when I do politics, and I say you know, I do politics when I politics I do. Why would I want more money for? When you make $1 million, just make it and put in pan it, man. Because most get people never not spend them they become a grand good. See? So I know you come with $2,000 go. And then put Monday. And then with the disrespect to you know, put Monday, put the whole of face Monday, pan it, and then him turn so and say I got for time with that shoulder and everything in a fade out, you know. And that's fine. Look well young. You know, look, you know, make him look like him that favorite, but I know him get well seen dip on him, ride him like a donkey, you know, show that. Eh? So make him look. Yeah, like I say, okay, a politics you know play. Man was out my place, me not respect him. He remember brother and him sell me out, me not respect him neither. So me set my mind straight. You and remember, you know, I know you can't say, okay. Uncle thing them can't say Manley. Okay, he must friend with Cuba. So say I'm gonna friend him by the US. Never work with CIA. Of course, him never work with them. Them release it. Where you say lie them I tell? Or him get the weapon and the thing there. This Green Bay killing thing now, it wouldn't be no PMP, Brigadier Star, soldier killer trick themselves to come for gun. Them trick one man come for gun. You understand? So them get, and a matter of fact, your man same come from south side that table, same they didn't there. And how him get to when him do so boom boom and a soldier, because them a go for more gun and ammunition. Because I saw that for sure, so I saw CIA that drop off something, I saw some load that drop off and them go pick it up. And some load that drop on this and them go pick it up. You have to speak truth to power, you know. You have to be truthful to yourself and you know business. That's why me know what me not beg no friend man. Me different man. Or if you take this man and put per money. They are do way I think and I tell and then the guy, yo, actually no make me heart boil, you know. Make my boil I come talk about rival. What kind of rival? We should have deal with truth and conciliation. So you want people live like let me tell you this. Say Adams go down there son and say I got tell him no man down there and shut a fire man and man pin on and I say, okay, say I got alone. Okay, I can give you a clear passage out. Police attack to. Police were supposed to deal with gunman. Police can't even go in the go do nothing at all. Police going at any other constituency, but not that one. You understand? So it's still it's wicked man. Wicked man. See? It's wicked. And then you know, put the man and then go put the man, you chop the man pan the man. Make the man stay on the $1,000 bill. They want to build 2,000 bill it and you spend it, man. See, you want to build $1 million, put him pan it. You understand? When the two out harder, man. Very out harder. When you look, them never ever consult the opposition party. But what them are do. That for sure you them fees Jamaica feed them. Who telling us Jamaica food now? No, right now the election should have void. Null and void. Because nothing under 50% not supposed to run. Nothing. You know, we not take people for idiot. So I'm burning out. Saying some want to point out where say I got do about Dan and them thing there. The last time me I listen sharp talk. And when you look some man that say them a rasta again and them have to run out. So I got say me I do Dan and them have fun go and I said well, the man said the work we forget beat the trouble. They have to run from Timothy. And a joke me I make. See? So they may say, boy, Prime Minister, it's a good Prime Minister. Or if you have a whole country, but you take a constituency and say, okay, I'm gonna do it like this. But don't look about the whole country and that make you good. You're punk, I don't take people for that. If you're Prime Minister, you have to make sure the whole country look good. You have to make sure the services are run like what Mandy used to do. You think when people that go school to one place, over there's a JLP or over here's a PMP, and go PMP could have go school and them eat the Nutri-Bun and the milk and the bull and the patty and everything. So, but the JLP part don't get none. And if khaki for run or anything for run, them not get none. All the kids them have to look about. Him tell us, no, every man draw them in and show them love. Go listen back the man. They are going to threat him show love. That's why Mr. Manley Heights may big up the man. See? Yeah, me no business. Yeah, man, tell them, man. See? You understand? So come tell me now, him drive a little car. See, I got forgot say more 30 million. Forgot. Him owe it. That's for sure much money the man they must say I push on to backside. Eh? Yeah, man. Eh? You see me I say, make the man stay upon them thing and put Seaga pan where him want go pan. Because I know when I try, I push up this man in a people face after the man them. Any man sell out Jamaica, you're not patriotic. But you never have Jamaica in the first place. Why you want to put in for money? You're against the highway, but you're still, you're right, I'm giving him a highway. Edward Seaga highway. It don't make some politics you not do. Or not try to do. Eh? Stop the foolishness, man. Stop the foolishness. Seaga, you have a hospital in a Trelawney, another place, them shut down and resize up and everything and what for close down. Just go remember remember, it's the next party carrying back them bus, Remember we have a bus with train and a ferry and them thing. They were them there. Them gone. Go check when them go away. Check when the thing them are closed down and everything. Go and go check. And you hear them attack, I say, money people no go check when them thing they go away. When them leave. Go check in the year, man. Remember we live through it, We live through it, man. So not like them tell me when we live through something. Because them rule with the iron fist, The one I come back with the same kind of thing. I rule with the iron fist and not have the mandate. But him rule with the iron fist, the one named Andrew. Me just see a picture with him, with the finance minister, with who should have the minister again. Couple of them well, asking them teeth. So the thing over now. But me I hear somebody send me something when them lock up a liquor man we couldn't pay 20,000. For must him hungry, must I go. When I'm family member must in the country and them lock him up for must mass business. Can't pay it and you lock him up in the penitentiary. With hardcore and all, we just eat the food. Nobody have sympathy upon him, but he still are no real read kids put after next year. Everyone don't talk to me, no. Bun, Yeah, man. So me speak truth, me no business. What they have to do for the money, much as they put inside of the general. So no, you must say me a Manley Heights to the draw. Me no that to do no matter no. Me a Manley Heights. When I born everybody else, me see what man do, me see the whole aim. We run through the aims and everything. You understand? Out of the people who never get up and run them. Boy, cut this money man to out of we know you're in a private sector, nobody come and say you shouldn't do this. Go put him pan 1, 2,000. Put back the man pan him $1,000. Don't do that. You understand? Saying you come and talk about rival. What kind of rival? Because you're in a way. It's a puppy show that way, and I'm giving back. What you give back? If you want to give back, the best way to give back, the best way to give back, move the money off of the gas, the money when they put, they put on from 2,000 or 8 or something, move the tax there. So people now have to raise them thing there. And then go on again and move taxes off of the tablet And enough of the barrel, them and all kind of things that people can get the food on and not provide. When you want, you give. And by the way, you never have it before, so you give back. When you giving back, when you give back away you take, so you give it back. You not give back nothing. See? So you take it off of the gas, you move that and give it back. Like when you have it, give it back. Yeah? Government with a bag of foolishness. I need to talk to that Virginia. But this money thing is a disrespectful thing. You can't drop that like that. Yeah? And me hearing the man in the car, I'm watching myself, you know. Rival. You know, Edward Seaga and Michael Manley, they're rival. What kind of rival? The man never tell you for sure everybody love. He never tell you say figure attack some JLP people, attack some people and no P. He might tell you say if you call a brother, he might tell you say a socialist who litter the street, if you clean it, that the next man come and you set example. He might tell you say no, you know, when people don't arrogant can't lead. Him tell you, me play it. Why you think me play it? Because them spread them rumor all the time. What Seaga do? Don't tell me about the 60s, never film time. 3 different prime minister run the 60s. Then our songster short time, him dead. Him did a act, then him win, and then him go to Canada go dead. When the man said the thing in the film and thing, and Shiva get that seat, I go get that space, go run them swear me in, and then him lose 72. And by the way, Shiva never say kill the next question after. Like them I tell Pan Shiva, never say that. You have to look through that and because when I add things to make things look good enough. We keep real. You have to keep it real. That's how we deal with. I keep it real. You see me I say? So when I go say, Shiva say, kill the next question. He never said that. Never ever. But Buster did say anything when I was on Barnett Street, when him can go up at the cemetery. Anything can hold this up, he would up at the cemetery. When it comes to the Rasta them, Buster did say that. Yes. Yeah? Them can go. You understand? Yeah, man. You see, man, for the people, them, you don't indoctrinate the people them with fast things when the whole world have it, it for show them. And then you have to, you know, turn this man in a more immortal. Seaga. Like Seaga not do nothing good. Any man will betray a country, but you have film country that make it worse. Him shouldn't even be a prime minister. And that's straight. You can't ban in the state and be a Jamaican prime minister. That should have out, but you can push him up on money like people like that. Only if you go with them thing there, you know. You understand? And come talk about in the 60s that him do this. I draw credit. That means you know give Boston no credit. You know give Shira and you know give Samston no credit. Seaga and it was no prime minister. The person them that were due to them, it's very that stop on the foolishness. Yeah, man. You see what I say? Stop on the foolishness. You understand? Take off. Seaga, put him on one. If you want to put him on even $1 million bill, no problem. You want to put him on 10, 12 billion, go and go do it. Because the money soon have no use. It not have no use right now. So we soon have to start at 12 billion for one egg. Yeah. I'm going to put on it. Your business that. Go do that. Better off. See me I say? Yeah, man. Better off, man. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Very, very fundamental to us.
Yeah.
Non-negotiable item on our agenda.
Yeah.
We start from certain positions of principle. 1, Cuba is our nearest neighbor.
Yeah.
2, Cuba is a member of the third world like us. 3, Cuba fights at our side for changes in the world economic system. 4, we find Cuba the most principled country to deal with. They operate on a basis of respect for sovereignty and non-interference in other people's internal affairs.
Yeah.
They have an internationalist policy that if you say to them, come and be my friend, we think you have certain skills that are interesting. We think you've done certain things that are interesting. We would like to have a look at what you've done. Would you like to cooperate with us in a field? They say, fine. If you don't want to cooperate, they say, fine. We have long since understood that they are on a particular path of development that is massively supported by their people and which is a product of their objective circumstances. Their revolution arose out of the horrors of one of the worst tyrannies the world had ever known. And a lot of their experience is conditioned by that fact. We are a totally different thing. We had a different kind of different traditions. We had a functioning plural democracy, and we're on what we call our democratic socialist path of development, which has certain points of similarity with theirs, but very substantial points of difference with theirs, and we respect each other. But even more important than all of that, and this is what is non-negotiable to us, Cuba is a legitimate part of the world and this hemisphere. And it has one of the most legitimate governments in the world, because legitimacy is a function of popular support and nothing else. Nothing else legitimizes except people. And no country, in our view, no country has the right to impose sanctions upon Cuba or any other country that has legitimacy. To us, therefore, it is non-negotiable that Cuba must be accepted as a full, free, and untrammeled member of the world community and the hemispheric community. And if that is not so, we can't make it so. I don't say this in arrogance. I'm talking about what we stand for, not what we can make happen. What we stand for, we will not move over, and we'll pay any price for. And, you know, looking at it from a practical point of view, you could say this: if you can do that to Cuba because somebody doesn't like the Cuban Revolution, then how do I know that you don't do that to me tomorrow because you don't like something that I do?
Would you say then that this is a reason why you are dissatisfied with the absence of sanctions against South Africa while there are sanctions against Cuba?
It does not. Well, I'm not an easy person to embitter, but that makes me as near to bitter as anything in the contemporary world. It's something that I said in Maputo, actually, at a conference to which I was invited this year, that it really is a tragic commentary on human values in the world, that there are still sanctions against this really very brave and brilliant social and human experiment which is taking place in Cuba. Even if you don't agree with the methodology, it's a remarkable experiment. And you can leave sanctions against that country and apply not one sanction, well, they're now talking about an arms embargo, but not one economic sanction against the ultimate leper of the international community, South Africa.
So now, you can't accuse Bandy of got thief some land. You want poor people, all right. You can't accuse him of take the money and them squander, go buy a big car and everything. The man wear bush jacket. We used to wear bush jacket too, by the way. I'm my old man too. A bush jacket was the thing. See? Yeah, me a man there, see? Yeah. You can't accuse him of these things. We accuse him of him just live simple life. So you can't accuse him of, well, him rub up this, but see, I forgot some more 30 million. In Chartered Garden or something, 30 million. Plus everything else, everything that sweep under the carpet, rule as a done. And you want to come put this man now. And put him, because him stand up for human being, and stand up for your next country and say, yeah, we don't want to treat them some doing bargo. And yes, they don't push nothing pan the ultimate leper. South Africa, where they mash up black people. The man a real leader. You understand? The man a real leader. The man in a couple like shrimp and lobster, some bottom feeder. You understand? The man a real leader. Crab, shrimp, and lobster. See? Yeah. Can you remember the thing that see bottom feed? Yeah, man. So them a bottom feeder. Some guys who are on Jamaica now, them a bottom feeder. Yeah, them come like shrimp, crab, and lobster. See? Them man are world leader with world views. It's such a small country. See? So I know like he could have come accuse the man, say, okay, him do this. Oh, he make them married. Make them do what? That's why the man says self-reliance. This is a way if you look back pan. See? The country now you might not produce everything that mean if them drawing back, or you can't even feed yourself. Or we can build something and buy some raw material and do some other little things, you know, like what Singapore them do. See? And them are bottom feeder, man. Them man are real world leader, man. Them man just follow. Them are scavenger. Yeah, man. Them are scavenger, man. See? They shrimp, crab, and lobster. And them thing there. See me I say? Yeah, man. That's scavenger them, man. See? Like some swine. That's why I'm a scavenger too, you know. Yeah, man. And swine come like cow. Cow eat grass. That's the swine eat anything. I can have anything, you know. Eh? You can't come and say no. And they're still right now, Cuba. Full in a Jamaican, Cuban full in a Jamaican right now. I help you out in a hospital and everything. So them so bad and well, so yeah man, but we don't this Cuba. But right now, Cuba they right now help in much of them in much of them bring 12. Them come to free eye business, them do a kind of thing to it. Eh? Them don't leave out Jamaica up to today. And them more you have more Cuban in the country now than even them at the time. So we live so peaceful with them. And yes, them unis and them they want to change place. You know, see some people just buy the wrong thing and make people lead them in that street. Them can't do me that, man. You understand me bond them? Me nah beg no friend. The man say me pay the ultimate price. But let me tell him this. The ultimate price, me nah go say ultimate price. And them who are in the country feeling up at the ear and pay the ultimate price right now. For the amount of taxpayers' money and everything where them are thief up and everything. You understand? But for chat where you take Michael, a man like Michael Manley now, and put Seaga pan money. And then push him back. Just look on the money. And then Seaga front time, you know. Put a younger face Seaga. I remember him favor them, you know. You put a younger face Seaga like Seaga a good smarty. Yo, you know, you have some people when them do handout. Let me tell you this, you have to observe. Some man do handout. Trim there, send the handout. So you know, busy, but man call him name. Boom, bam, bam, because the whole place. Him not cater for the whole place. Him cater for just one little place. And that's it. I run it like that. You know, cater for the whole country. Never run the whole country. You not cater for the whole country like that. Eh? But you're a prime minister, so you're supposed to cater for the whole country. These are the things that we take sleep, man, that they think we're idiot. Yeah, they love do that, you know. They push out some people, you know, vote for me, man, push you out, you know. Go one side. Who vote for me, I'm a drop, who may I drop. You know, so them I run this thing. Like a mafia thing, it will stop. You see me, I say? Yeah, Cuba was the first country we spot. Of course, up to now. And them same man celebrate Cuba. If Cuba did not think they like that, no, Cuba that say no. You remember back in the days? No. Them a human being, our brother and sister, them we have to help them. We have to send doctor and nurse go give them. And me say tough than everybody agree them at airport. Agree too much of them a come. Them no business, them just come do what them have to do. Eh? And them just say, oh, but Monday, when Monday that talk about that true, you know, so Cuban no they how much Jamaican right or Cuban kill. I save them and come with doctors and everything. GC Faster College, how much people they turn out? The Faster College, how much of them they turn out? Whether in a sports, they do teaching, right? Whether in a sports, I teach. How much people turn out the way come contribute back to Jamaica society? Eh? How much thing the Cuban, them just come do some things with uplift for place, and yes, they will give them the worst name. See? I follow too much and lead myself astray, think where that. Remember, go talk to Andrew Basin upon some little things. But soon sign on back here. But the money thing, they nobody must spend the money. Them two out of them, take out the man out for the money. The man no want them on $2,000. Take him and move him and fight to the two out of order. And you can't mix up the man name and nothing, you know. And like you can't come and say, well, if they do this, and the man come and cut gun coat because nobody will catch with gun. Him come and say boom bam bam. Some people never want to listen to man because they have radical with grown man. They say, hey, you think well, I just make you boom bam and you don't work with them. Let them back. We're not business. See? So some people get up and just say, I want to fight them back where you talk about you think we're business. You see me I say? You're not business man. Yeah, man, when I man, what you talk about, man? And then you come to man, you what you try to tell me, say? You want to live back in the days, man, you're not idiot. Eh? Your people, let me tell you, if stop and make them people, them for go. And they are testing the money, they have no value, monopoly money. Monopoly money. Monopoly, a matter of fact, monopoly a better thing. Can I have a nice monopoly in here? It value more than that. Value more than money. No good. You understand? You see? And you have them a push up this man, I try, you know, immortalize the man, I try to push him up. Eh? You see me, I say? You see me, I say? Say Cuba, if Cuba a dictator country, why is it now Sir Andrew have in our place now? And so much of them in our place and all kind of things are going the same way. Why, yeah, you miss, yeah, man. Yeah, all right. And that's true. Michael, the first world leader called for sanction against South Africa. Of course. Yeah. That's true, man. See? So Cuba, because some people run with it and say it. Like ordinary. To say Cuba is a dictator country. But right now, there are more Jamaican at train right now. Doctors and everything right in Cuba. Enough people they help, you know. I have some of the best doctors right now. And them there in the place that help with everything. And give you a lot of free things. A lot. So them are more dictator now than what them did stay before. Make sense? No make no sense, man. For burn them, man. Make Michael stay upon the money where him depend. Make him stay upon the money where him depend. And put Seaga upon $1 million bill. You don't want to keep it. Kind of millions and millions. Go put him upon $10 billion bill. Yeah. You see me I say? No, ordinary youth, you know. Ordinary youth, we know say ordinary youth want come say what him want say, you know, but ordinary youth, you have to know what you're saying, you forget the facts them till it. Because when I say you can't say a thing, you know. But you have to get the facts them up on them thing there now. And you know do something right, you know, about that. You ordinary youth. And then you have to choose to yourself. You see, you're right over here, you know, because we see where you make out, you know. See? But don't be a yes man. That's a number one. And if you be truthful to yourself. And when you don't pick up because the party. Let me tell you this. If you in a circle, you could have voted for them a million times, and when them send police and them come knock you and knock your pick them and knock brother and sister them, you know nobody have run out for you now the youth. So we attack for the masses of people, yeah? So always remember that. When them eat them, they invite you around for them table. You understand? Saying? And that's why you are one of them in the disguise. You see me as a youth? All right. Always remember that. So we don't want no more evil. We hold them accountable right now. And that's straight, that final. Remember go talk to the original Andrew there, yeah? Soon forward back. Me there, loan some me up, yeah? Bless.